What's up, everybody? What's up? All right, today we got a walk with sheepdog, but it's going to be a rant. All right, so I got a story to tell you. All right, I just got done working about hour and a half ago. Yep, hour and 30 minutes ago. Another one of those days where it's you got 3 shuttles today, but then they throw one on you because, well, I'll show you. This shit pisses me off. This is part of trucking, and this is what ticks me off. Well, I'll make it one word. Liars. Zero integrity, right? The guy right there that drives that black, wow. International Pro Star. Jeez. And got this Western Star, a buddy of his. I don't know the story on that because I just don't trust that driver that drives that black Pro Star anymore. I don't trust him anymore. He didn't work today. He decided that he wasn't going to work today. But when did he decide to do that? Because he never called in, never told anybody. Work had to call him, and he lied and said he called and talked to somebody that morning, which was this morning. And there's only one person you can talk to that early, and anyway, nobody in the office talked to that guy. Nobody talked to him. So he's a liar now. And we all thought that he might be. I considered him a friend. But now that I know he's a liar for sure, he's not a friend no more. I don't associate with liars, thieves, drug addicts, alcoholics, or basically anybody that don't have some integrity. I mean, dadgum. Is it that hard to have integrity? To do the right thing at all times? Even in the closet with the door shut and the light off? Really? That's what integrity is, doing the right thing at all times, even when you're in a closet with the light off and the door shut. Right? You get it? Okay, I hope so. All right, so there's that part. And then the story. So I just got back from, man, the sun is right there. I'm gonna walk back this way. I'm gonna stay over here because the sun's too bright to walk that way. So I just got back from my 4th delivery an hour and a half ago. And get right around in this area. Yeah, much better. And while I was over there, another brother of mine, former Marine, his truck was broke down, was leaking some fuel, so I spent a half hour we both together trying to, minimize it or get rid of it altogether. And we ended up minimizing it to a degree, and then he drove it back here. And I just got off the phone with him. He made it okay, so that's good. He's getting it fixed right now, and he said it should be good to go by morning, so that'll be good. And okay, so I said, you good to go? And he said, yeah, and I said, okay, we'll see you later. So I hooked up to my empty and headed out. He was already gone by then. He bobtailed back. He didn't bring a trailer. He just focused on getting to the mechanic. So while I was driving out the lot with my empty, I noticed this trailer right in front of me. I mean, I was driving right towards it, and I was going to make a left and go out. Well, right in front of me was a classic trailer, one of ours, and it was nose on the ground. Yeah, nose on the ground. Well, you and I both know, that switchers, they don't touch the landing gear. So they just pick it up and move it. Then they set it down. They don't touch the landing gear at all. So we know it wasn't a switcher. Well, lo and behold, I'm sitting there taking a picture of it and sending it off to my company, or Classic. And here comes one of the switchers. Paul's his name. He's actually a friend of mine. And he said he knew who did it. And a friend of his, or a co-worker of his, actually witnessed it and has a picture. And I'm like, what? Get out of here. And so we were sitting there talking about it. And I was trying to ask him about Bob. Bob's the guy's name that took the picture and everything. And I'm trying to figure out, well, how do we get a hold of Bob? What's his last name? Blah, blah, blah. Because the company's going to want to talk to him. Well, Bob was just coming around the corner on a little forklift. Nice. That worked out great. And then look who pulled up in the truck. Our safety manager. Yep. our safety manager. I didn't know he was driving today, but sometimes he drives just to help out. And so that's what he was doing. And so, wow, you know, safety manager's there. We're talking with the safety guy. We're talking with Bob, the witness. And Bob showed him the picture. Safety guy knew exactly who the driver was. You know, and I know this driver. You know, we never know people, right? We never do. And I tell people all the time, I don't trust anybody. Not one human on this planet do I trust 100%. Not even myself. But that being said, I never expected him to do that. He got under it for, the Bob told the story. He got under it, he heard a crunch. I think what that means is he overshot the fifth wheel, you know, the pin. And then he tried to come back out, thought he had it maybe, and he rolled up the legs, and then he pulled out to take the trailer out, and nope, that didn't work, so he just backed it back up, and then Bob said he wrote down something on a piece of paper, and then he just took out from underneath of it. Well, I don't know what class is going to do with him, but I mean, he didn't even call it in or nothing. He didn't call in, said he did it or nothing. He just acted like nobody saw him do it, so. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture of that drop trailer right now. All right, so you see what I'm talking about. All right, now there's another one. The trailer I brought back, which is way over there at the other end of the building. And I'm not walking all the way over there. No need for that. But I picked that up. That was the empty I was bringing out. And oh yeah, the brakes. So the brake pads, holy crap. I'm gonna show you a picture of them. Well, one of them. I took a picture of all four hubs, sets of brake pads, you know, but they're all the same. So I'm just gonna put up I'll put up one picture right now. All right, so yeah, so that shows you, you know, what is wrong with drivers today? Is dishonesty the best policy today? Is not doing a pre-trip, a proper pre-trip, a proper post-trip? Is that not important anymore? Is it just, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. To me, it's important for two reasons. One, it's not my trailer. Two, well, three really. Safety, for one. I don't want to get in a wreck or cause a wreck or anything like that, so it's best to check it out, right? Yep. Two, DOT inspection. I don't want to fail one of them at all, ever. And three, it's the integrity thing, right? It's the integrity thing. You got integrity, you're going to do it. You're going to check them out. You're going to make sure. And that being said, I have made a mistake or two, missed something. I have. Don't ask me how, but I did. So we're all, and I never, you know, I ain't always been so tight, strict, or whatever on them. Man, I've drove back with missing mud flaps from Chicago. But man, that's a stressful job. You're going to forget a thing or two. But both mud flaps? Really? Both mud flaps? How in the hell did I leave, drive all the way back to Classic with two mud flaps missing? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh. And I pulled it was when I was pulling containers in 16, 17, 18-ish. Yep. Well, I've been doing this for 3 years, so from 16 all the way up to 2020. And yeah, 2019. And that's a stressful job. Anybody that's ever done it knows what I'm talking about, riding around in Chicago, rail yard to rail yard. I ain't making it no excuses, but that's the damn truth right there. That's a stressful job. I don't like it. When I was running my Coronado with a step deck, I used to go to rail yards once in a while because they paid me $2, over $2 a mile, $2 to $2.15 a mile to pick up an empty 40-foot container and put it on my step deck, 2 straps, 10,000 pounds, woo, and drive it wherever. So I used to go into rail yards. In fact, I had been in a few over the years that I'd actually had been in when I was running with Classic, or not Classic, who was I working for? Schneider. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, I wish it had been Schneider. I got that step deck after, no, who did I, oh, TMC, yeah, TMC. That's who it was, because I was pulling a flatbed. Yep. So I'd been in there with TMC. And then when I got my own truck and trailer, step deck, I remember going to a couple that I had been to in the past. So I knew exactly where I was and what I needed to do. That made it nice. But yeah, I'd do that all day, hauling empty containers for $2 a mile or more. That was back in 2014 through 16. Yep. Okay, so back to the rant. So again, no integrity anymore? None at all? Zero? You know, when I was growing up, I used to say honesty was the best policy. No more? No? Everybody's only looking out for themselves today, right? It's a selfish world we live in right now, right? Selfish. Me. Or mine. You know, maybe you and your wife, maybe you are thinking of your wife. Maybe you are thinking of your kids. I don't know. It don't seem like these people I see every day are thinking about anybody but themselves. We're talking traffic. We're talking PM, preventive maintenance, pre-trips, post-trips, all that stuff. Trucks. I could go show you my buddy Todd's truck right now, and that truck would be put out of service right now. But because he don't worry about getting pulled over by DOT or getting pulled into a weigh station, he just puts it off. Yeah, I just, but that he ain't even bad. Okay, he's not even bad. I know 2 drivers right now that, holy crap, they should park their truck for about a month and fix all the stuff that needs fixed. It's just crazy what people are doing today. It's a business. You're running a business. If you wanted a job, okay, that's fine. Go drive somebody else's truck. Let them fix it. Let them pay all the maintenance on it, the insurance, and pay for all the fuel and all that. But why? If you're doing it, then that means you want to be in charge, right? You want to be the boss. Well, you ain't gonna be in business long if you keep running your operation the way you run it. I promise you that. It's hard enough doing it the right way. It's hard enough having integrity and doing everything the right way and staying afloat. You keep messing around, not fixing your stuff and bypassing tire checks, brake checks, light checks, and all that, you ain't gonna be in business long. No. That's for sure. I don't know how long, but you ain't gonna be in business for long. That's for sure. All right, so that's enough of that rant. Let's rant about traffic, shall we? Does anybody use blinkers anymore? Indicators? These things right here. They blink to let you know, hey, if that one's blinking, then I'm turning right. If the other one's blinking, I'm turning left. Or I'm moving left. I'm moving right. Correct? Semi-drivers, do you not use them anymore? Very rarely. No, that's on the 4-ways, all right? Nowadays, semi-truck drivers don't seem to use 4-ways. Now, I know there's some out there. I know there are. I'm one of them, okay? When I come into this parking lot, right, my 4-ways are on as soon as I turn in. As soon as I turn in right over there. Yep, same with any warehouse we go to. If I went up the road to Classic, 4-ways are on as soon as I pull in there. Go to Charlotte, 4-ways are on as soon as I pull in there. Period. End of story. But what I'm really getting at is 4-wheelers. How do you afford to buy a Cadillac or a BMW or anything, a Corvette? I mean, dadgum. Cadillac, right? Oh my Lord. How do you afford to buy those vehicles, but you can't afford to fix them? I really want to know, because I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. My F-350 sitting over there, my Super Duty, it needs new straps on the fuel tank. It needs the exhaust replaced. It needs, oh, come on. There's another. Oh, new brakes, drums, rotors, calipers, and pads all the way around. I mean, they ain't grinding right now, but they need them. and it needs the oil, the gear loop changed in the pigs, the front axle, rear axle, and the transfer case. I've already did the transmission and obviously the oil, but now I need to do the transfer case and the front axle and the rear axle. So that's what I need to do on my F-350, okay? I know what needs to be done, all right? But it's not affecting people seeing me or knowing when I'm turning or anything. Everybody know, they don't know all that stuff, right? I know it. I've got the tank up with 2,500 pound straps, 2 of them. So it's not going anywhere. But I do need to fix that. But with all the other stuff I'm working on, I kind of put that on the back burner, just like the F-150. But I got to get to it. I know that. But what I'm talking about is lights being out. Or how about driving it in the dark with no lights on at all? What is that? What is that? Are people going back to stupid? Are you really going to sit there and tell me that the only reason you don't have your lights on is because you don't need them to see? Does everybody driving a car today, or any vehicle for that matter, think that those lights are simply for them to see? I mean, even the tail lights? Side marker lights? If the lights were for you to see, the only lights you would need are the front headlights. I don't get it. And people cutting people off. What's going on, people? Is it because COVID? Y'all got depressed and now you just don't give a fuck anymore? Well, start giving a fuck, really. Seriously. Because there's people out here. And I see every day going up and down these roads, somebody almost wrecking somebody. Somebody wrecking somebody. It happens. Cutting somebody off. For what? Why do you need to pull out in front of me and slow me down and then go at a slower speed than I was going in the first place? Why do you need to do that? Okay, if you're running behind my trailer, why do you need to pass me when you were doing 58 behind me, and then you pass me, and now you're doing 55? Yeah, I just don't get this. I'm usually not one to sit here and rant about stuff. You don't hear me rant too much. But today just cut the cake, boy. Them brake pads and that trailer on the ground, and them were from our own drivers that neglected those brake pads and didn't call them in and dropped that trailer on the ground. So that was just shaking my head kind of stuff right there. And I figured I'd go into the traffic as well. So I don't know. Let me jump off here, man. I've had enough. Y'all have had enough. Share this video, because it's, you people that are driving on the highways, the lights are for everybody else to see you. The headlights are for you to see in front of you where you're going, so you don't run into a tree. Right? Okay? And if you're doing 58 mile an hour behind somebody, just stay there, back off a little bit. Don't be in such a hurry. Oh, I love the people in front of you they're in a hurry, right? So they're behind this car, and all they keep doing every couple of seconds is hitting their brake, because they're so close to the car that every time the car breathes a little bit, it freaks them out, so they hit their brake. Hello, back the fuck up. You're not going anywhere right now. I'm sorry. All right, Sheepdog. Welcome to Sheepdog Logic. I'm Sheepdog, and we gonna rant once in a while, and we gonna talk once in a while. Sheepdog out.